Bookkeeping Basics, everything you need to know to start a profitable bookkeeping business. Most people think bookkeeping is just data entry, like typing numbers into a spreadsheet and slowly losing your will to live. And honestly, that's how it looks from the outside. But here's the part that no one tells you. If you understand basic bookkeeping, you can turn this into a real business that pays you every single month. Not someday, not maybe, monthly, recurring, predictable. And in this video, I'm going to explain bookkeeping in plain English, show you how it actually works, and how complete beginners use this skill to land their first paying clients. And quick heads up, if you've ever said, I'm not a numbers person, this video might completely change your mind. If you like this sort of content, let me know by tapping that like button, or let me know in the comments section what topics you'd like to see me cover. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is all about starting and growing a bookkeeping business. Even if you have no experience, no financial background, no degree, no CPA license, no accounting career required. I help complete beginners go from zero to their first paying client by learning the fundamentals you're about to see right now. So if that sounds like you, you're exactly where you should be. Here's what we're covering today: what bookkeeping actually is, what bookkeepers do day to day, the only financial reports you'll need, and how this turns into a real business with recurring income. No fluff, no accounting rabbit holes, just the stuff that actually matters. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Section 1, what bookkeeping actually is. Let's simplify this. Bookkeeping is not accounting, it's not taxes, and it's definitely not complicated math. At its core, bookkeeping is just three things. 1, categorizing transactions. 2, reconciling accounts. And 3, generating financial reports. That's it. Your job is not to interpret the numbers. Your job is not to give tax advice. Your job is not to be a CFO. Your job is to make sure numbers are clean, accurate, and organized so business owners can make decisions. Think of it like this. You're not the doctor. You're the person running the lab tests so the doctor can actually diagnose a problem. And here's why this matters. Every business needs bookkeeping. Most business owners hate doing it. They didn't start the business to reconcile credit cards at midnight. They'd rather pay you every month than touch QuickBooks themselves. And honestly, I can see where they're coming from. However, that gap between this needs to be done and I refuse to do it is the opportunity. Section 2, core bookkeeping tasks. So what do bookkeepers actually do day to day? Let's walk through it. First, categorizing transactions. Categorizing transactions is just answering very simple questions. Who got paid? What was it for? How much was it? And when did it happen? That's it. But when business owners don't do this, everything gets messy fast. They don't know what's making money, what's wasting money, what expenses are out of control, why their bank balance feels random. When you organize this, you become valuable immediately. Not later, not after years of experience, immediately. Second, reconciling accounts. Reconciling sounds scary. It's not. Reconciling just means matching the bank or credit card statement to what's inside the bookkeeping software. QuickBooks, Xero, Wave, even Excel or Google spreadsheets. You're just making sure nothing is missed and nothing is duplicated. It's basically saying, does this number match that number? And when it does, you move on. Third, generating reports. This is where clients go, oh, that's why I hired you. Because now they can see their business. Not guess, not hope. Actually see it. Section 3, the only 3 reports you need. Here's the good news. You don't need to learn every financial report under the sun. You only need 3. First, profit and loss. The profit and loss report answers one question. Is the business making money? That's it. This is the report business owners care most about. Revenue, expenses, profit. If this report is clean, everything else gets easier. Second, the balance sheet. This shows what the business owns versus what it owes. Assets versus liabilities. This tells you how financially stable the business actually is. Not emotionally, not vibes. Reality. Third, cash flow. This one is huge. Businesses fail all the time, not because the idea was bad, but because cash flow was. You can be profitable on paper and still go broke. Cash flow tells you what actually is happening with money moving in and out. If you understand these three reports, you are already ahead of most beginners. Section 4, what you don't need. So let's clear some noise. To be a good bookkeeper, you do not need to be good at math. You do not need a CPA license. You do not need a degree. What you need is simple systems, basic understanding, consistency. That's it. Anyone telling you otherwise is either overcomplicating it or trying to sell you fear. Section 5, how this becomes a business. This is the part most people miss. Bookkeeping is powerful because it's monthly recurring revenue. Most bookkeepers charge between $300 and $800 per client per month, depending on things like the size and complexity of the client's business. So let's do basic math. 5 clients, that's meaningful income. 10 to 15 clients, that's a full-time business. And once clients are set up, they usually stick around because businesses don't outgrow bookkeeping. This isn't a hustle. It's predictable, it's boring, but in the best way. Quick note here. If you want personalized help with pricing, setup, or figuring out your next step, I do one-on-one consulting. I charge $75 an hour, and you can book directly through my Calendly link in the description below. No pressure though, just an option if you want clarity faster. So who bookkeeping is for and not for? Bookkeeping is great for detail-oriented people, remote workers, people who like structure, people who want predictable income. It's not great for people chasing overnight success, people who hate routine, people who refuse to learn software. So know yourself, be honest with yourself. That matters more than anything. And in the next video, I'll show you how to get your first bookkeeping client, even with zero experience. Make sure you're subscribed. And again, let me know in the comments section what kinds of topics you'd like to see me cover, and I'll see you in the next one.